This is a speed test between the iPhone 16 Plus versus the iPhone 11 Pro Max from 2019. Now this will be an interesting test. Mainly I want to see if an older flagship, in this case the 11 Pro Max from 2019, can still keep up with a current base model phone in 2024 like this iPhone 16, in this case the 16 Plus. So this will be an interesting test. It'll be fun to see what happens. Let's go. So the iPhone 16 Plus has the regular A18 chip, which is a 3nm chipset. It has an Apple 5-core GPU, 8 gigs of RAM, and fresh out the box, this one has iOS 18 and hopefully soon an update to iOS 18.1 with the Apple Intelligence versus the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Now this was Apple's flagship iPhone from 2019. This one has the A13 Bionic chip, which is a 7nm chipset. It has Apple 4-core graphics. Sadly, this one only has 4 gigs of RAM. This one, however, has been updated to the latest iOS 18. So again, I think this will be a fun test. Let's see what happens. So let's go ahead and turn on both phones here at the same time and see which one has the faster boot up. And let's go! iPhone 16 Plus versus iPhone 11 Pro Max speed test. Which one will have the faster boot up? I'll be surprised and happy if the 11 Pro Max had the faster boot up. However, that is not the case, as you just saw. The 16 Plus with the faster boot up here, although the 11 Pro Max really not too far behind. And we are in. I'm gonna go ahead and swipe over here. These are the apps I'm gonna be using for this speed test. I'm gonna do this on both iPhones, and as you can see, there is nothing in the background. All apps, caches, everything has been cleared out. So let's get started by tapping the phone app. I'm gonna give that to the 16 Plus. Messages. The 16 Plus again, slightly ahead. The calculator. And again, the 16 Plus. Go ahead and put in a simple calculation here. And we'll leave it there. The camera. I'm gonna give that to the 16 Plus. Let's go ahead and switch to the front facing, and even that was a little bit faster on the left. We'll leave it there. The App Store. And again faster on the 16 Plus. Let's go ahead and click on this one. Click on this one again, and we'll leave it on this page. Amazon. Faster on the 16 Plus. Let's go ahead and click on this one. We'll leave it on this page. eBay. And again, faster on the 16 Plus. Wow, I don't think the 11 Pro Max has gotten an app yet. We'll go on this page and leave it there. Snapchat. Ooh, that was a close one. Let me know down below. Facebook. Faster on the 16 Plus again. Instagram. And again faster on the 16 Plus. Wow, yeah, the 11 Pro Max has not won an app yet. Threads. And again, the 16 Plus, but that one was close though. Angry Birds 2. Whoa, the 16 Plus super fast on this. And the 11 Pro Max is it gonna catch up? It does not catch up, and we'll give the win to the 16 Plus on this one. So yeah, I think the 11 Pro Max here is starting to show its age a little bit. A13 Bionic, this chip is a few years old now at this point. Mario Run. Looks like the 16 Plus is ahead, and we'll give this to the 16 Plus. We'll tap to begin. 16 Plus faster on this step. Sonic Boom. And 16 Plus way ahead. We'll play a little bit here. Subway Surf. Come on, 11 Pro Max. Get at least one app for me. And as you can see here, 16 Plus is, yeah, it's way out in front. Temple Run 2 here. And yeah, the 16 Plus is gaining some separation here. So you can see we'll play, and then that's done. And then here on the 11 Pro Max, PUBG. And PUBG here looks like it's doing its thing. Hearing noise, it's loading in the 16 Plus. And the 16 Plus, way ahead. Yeah, plenty of separation here from the 16 Plus. And then here we go with the 11 Pro Max. So there you go. If you're wondering if a 2019 flagship can keep up with a current base model phone, in this case the iPhone 16 or 16 Plus, well, here you go. Okay, now let's take a look at the RAM management of both phones. Everything's in the background, so you can see. Now, sadly, the 11 Pro Max only has 4 gigs of RAM. So, you know, at the time in 2019, hoping maybe at least 6 gigs of RAM, but you know, it has 4 gigs. And the 16 Plus here, this one has 8 gigs of RAM. But anyway, let's go ahead and run through these apps again. And we'll have a look to see if there's gonna be any lags or any stutters or any reloading of apps. Subway Surf. We can resume in 3 seconds on both, and we can continue playing. Okay, so the 11 Pro Max, no issues yet. Let's see what happens down the line. Here's the Sonic Boom. We can resume on both. Okay. So 11 Pro Max still looking good. Mario Run. Okay. 11 Pro Max still looking good. I expect the 16 Plus to have no issues here. So Angry Birds 2. Oh, see, this is what I was talking about with only the 4 gigs of RAM. We have a reload here on the Angry Birds. On the 11 Pro Max, 16 Plus kept it in RAM as I expected. Makes me wonder if this had at least, you know, maybe 6 gigs of RAM. Ideally 8 gigs of RAM if this can keep it in RAM. Threads, same place. Instagram, same place. Facebook, no issues for either phone. Snapchat, and no issues, 11 Pro Max is keeping up. eBay, a little bit of a stutter there on the 11 Pro Max, but not too bad. It kept it on this page. Amazon, and again, the 11 Pro Max keeping up. A little bit of a stutter there, but kept it here, so that's good. App Store, both stuttered, but 11 Pro Max is keeping up here. Nice. The camera, and both reverted back to the rear facing, but I think that's the setting though, so you can take this with a grain of salt. Calculator, same place. Messages, non-issues, and finally the phone app. Boom. So let me know down below what you thought about this matchup. So if you're looking for an iPhone, but you don't necessarily want to spend on a Pro or a Pro Max model, the iPhone 16 or 16 Plus, or perhaps last year's iPhone 15 or 15 Plus is a good option. Or if you want to save a little bit more money and don't mind having something older, perhaps an older flagship phone, like an iPhone 13 or even an iPhone 12 Pro Max. In this case here on the right, we have the iPhone 11 Pro Max from 2019. If you can find one of these in great condition. Now the A13 Bionic is an older chip. As you saw here, it was lagging behind and really can't keep up with the current A18 chips from Apple. But if you don't mind waiting a few extra moments, if you can find an 11 Pro Max in great condition, this one is upgradable to iOS 18, so pretty much you'll be on the latest software from Apple. This might actually be the better bang for buck. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this interesting test in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Peace out.